Well, welcome everyone.
Thank you.
Nice to see you all. We're expecting a few more people who are on their way. We're going to be hopefully making a discreet entrance over the next few minutes. But it's our great pleasure to have you this evening in the Bloomsbury Holiday Inn for a very special event. You know, a couple of times a year, I'd say, Roberto? A couple of times a year we have the great privilege of having the visit of one of the most eminent minds in the world of neolife in Europe. His title, official title, is Europe's Director for Product Management. Having had a chance to know the gentleman for probably just under 2 years now, but having spent quite a lot of time with him, he's a font of knowledge. He's got so much knowledge, both on the science side of things and on the product side of things. And it's always an immense pleasure to have him around for a training, a showcase, explanations of a lot of elements in our business that will be very, very useful in the way you approach things and in the way you approach customers and in the way you approach the products. So without further ado, I'd love to give you a massive London welcome to Roberto Liberio.
So, well, it's colder than outside, actually. Well, you know, I'm coming from 30 degrees. Just landed in London, 15. Rainy. Okay, I'm in London.
Oh, we came from Italy, 22. Landed in London, 24.
So what happens? What's going on?
Okay, tomorrow you're gonna go back.
Welcome to British summer.
Tomorrow I'm going to Lithuania, so it's gonna be worse. And then Estonia, and then I go back to Italy. So, by the way, a few words about myself. I guess most of you already know me, but just, a few sentences. First of all, I'm a biologist. I've been working in the field of toxicology for several years, and I joined Neolife 21 years ago. 21. I'm turning 21 on the 1st of July, so this is not very useful information for you to retain, but it's, anyway, now you know it. And I was actually today on the plane, I met a lady from, one of my ex-colleagues, my previous job, and when I worked in the field of toxicology. And she noticed that she said, wow, you look so handsome. You look so nice to say.
She said that.
She said that. She was confused.
Yeah.
Okay. She was drunk. No, she saw some light in my eyes, which is different, and it's because I'm working with the right company. And I'm not saying this. Well, it's reality. I mean, you behave. You are. I am like this because I'm working with Neolife. Neolife changed my life as it did with yours. So, and I'm so happy for that. So I joined Neolife 21 years ago. And I did so because we rely on the consultancy of our scientific advisory board, which is full of scientists with links to the international scientific community. And I usually like to highlight, anytime, you know it already, but I have to do it. I feel I have to do it. That we were the first ones in our industry to create an entity like our scientific advisory board. A lot of companies now in our industry boast a scientific advisory board. We can claim we were the first ones creating an entity like that. Not only because of our longevity, 68 years this year, but most of all because of the long-range vision of our founder, Jerry Cressfield. So let's get to the topic, to the reason why I'm here today. And it's a very interesting one, believe me. I love this presentation. It's not because I did it, but this is one of my favorite ones because it's linked to a topic that everybody is talking today about: longevity. So we're going to talk about longevity today. And I want to start with sharing with you a picture. Can I move this?
As long as there's tea in it, Barbara will be happy.
Tea there.
There, she's happy.
Yeah. I know. I did it for Barbara. So this is a very nice room, isn't it? Yeah, well, I agree. Don't you feel relaxed just by watching it? I do feel relaxed. Well, everybody would love to have a room like this in their house. Well, I can't because I have no room in my flat. I live close to the center. Well, I'm in the center of Rome actually, so I had to buy a very small flat. Well, I have a wonderful terrace, by the way. Anyway, you're all invited. If you come to Rome, just give me a call. Anyway, this room is very, very nice. And when I start working on this presentation, I realized that some hotels, they offer a service to their guests called longevity room. It's a room where you go, get in, and you find someone gives you a massage or gives you a dietary plan, a nutritionist, a personal nutritionist, a personal trainer, for meditation. So a lot of teas and infusions just to relax. This is a room for your longevity. So I said, what if we build a longevity room in our houses? Of course, you might not have room, as I do not have. So I have another option. So this is a longevity room. I have another, I'm going to show you another option. A longevity room is a room for your future self, just to summarize what I told you. We're gonna step inside and see what's worth placing there for our longevity. The choices that help shape our health span. I'm not talking about lifespan, but health span. So the period of life we live in full health. That's the aim. No one wants to live for longer with a lot of diseases. So I want to live for longer, but healthier for longer. That's important. So since I thought not all of us might be able to have such a room, longevity room, well, of course you have room for a longevity cabinet in your house. So it's nice to have a place in your house where you put everything you need for your longevity. So we're gonna fill these shelves today, and starting from what we really need for our longevity. So first thing, in order to live healthier for longer, we need to stay calm, no stress. That's the most difficult thing maybe. We start with a very easy stuff, but I'm gonna give you some tips on that. Then of course, if we want to live for longer, we want to live with our mind working better, good, well for longer. So mental clarity is another key point. Then we need to regenerate our body. In order to live for longer, healthier for longer, we need to build new cells to heal our body, regenerate our body. And then of course, energy is something we need for everything. Just to do everything here, we need energy. We need to provide ourselves and our body with energy. So before we start filling these shelves, I'm going to tell you with products, but not only with products, also with good habits. Because it's not that you use one product and your life changes. You have to change your habits. Your lifestyle needs to be a healthy lifestyle, which includes healthy products. So just to summarize what I already said, a longevity room is not about living longer, but it's about feeling better for longer. So it's about increasing our health span and decreasing the disease period of our lives. And actually we can do something to increase our health span, because lifestyle factors can make a difference, and especially nutrition plays a powerful role. Of course, we're going to talk about lifestyle factors as well, focusing more on nutrition. But since I thought, well, everybody knows that nutrition is important to keep us healthy. Everybody, it's just like a saying. Everybody says that. Well, I want to prove it today. No experiment. They did some experiments, scientists. I'm going to share with you some studies proving that what I'm saying, what we believe, is the truth. In order to stay healthy, we need, and to increase our health span, to age properly, we need good nutrition. And we need also to follow a good lifestyle. So, first of all, what is aging? Briefly, aging is the decline of function at the cell, tissue, and organ levels. Here you see our cells. Our cells age. We are made up of cells. And when a cell ages, at one point it dies, because it might become, when it becomes actually a senescent cell, it starts producing inflammatory substances, oxidizing substances, so something that can speed up our aging process. So these cells, they kill themselves, or they're killed by other cells of our immune system. So it's important. If they keep on staying there alive, they're not working properly, they're producing inflammation and oxidation in our body. And actually, when we talk about aging, two are the reactions that are part of this process, and it's inflammation and oxidation. But I need to clarify one thing. When I say inflammation and oxidation, I believe in your mind, you think, oh, evil, those are bad things, bad reactions, which is partially true. It's not necessarily evil in this case, because inflammation is part of is the way our immune system works. Because when you hurt yourself by accident, I don't know, you need some cells of our immune system to get to the wound, to heal the wound, to protect that area. That's inflammation. Once the wound is healed, then inflammation should stop. The thing is that today, due to what we're eating, to our lifestyle, the polluted environment, we are developing a low-grade inflammation in our body, and that is bad. That leads us to develop chronic diseases. So inflammation is a good thing, but if we have a low-grade inflammation, chronic inflammation, that is not a good thing, that is bad. The same happens with oxidation. Oxidation should be part of the reactions happening in our body, in our cells. It's normal, but it needs to be under control, kept under control. If it's too much, then of course it damages your body, your structures and your cells. So speeding up your aging process. Can we do something? Can we control inflammation and oxidation with nutrition? Well, the answer is, yes, otherwise I'm done with the presentation. The answer is yes, and I want to prove it, as I said. So by showing some studies published recently, very recently, in the scientific literature. This study, this is the topic and the heading, calorie restriction reduces biomarkers of cellular senescence in humans, published on Aging Cell in 2025. Basically, this study says that if you eat less, you age less. Your aging process becomes slower. So you don't have to eat too much. It's much better to eat less. So we can change something just by eating a little bit less than we usually do. That can help with aging, with proper aging. I know this slide is a bit weird, looks a bit weird. It is actually. You'll understand why. I'll explain you. But this study was published on Nature 2025. Individual and additive effects of vitamin D, omega-3, and exercise on biological aging. Basically, this study says that if you eat omega-3 fatty acids, then your biological aging is impacted positively. You don't age fast. And if you add vitamin D and physical exercise, then the results are much better. So the combination of omega-3 fatty acids plus vitamin D and physical exercise are very good to slow down our biological aging. So this explains the picture. Omega-3s That looks really weird. But physical activity, where's vitamin D?
Sun.
It's here in the sun. Yeah, sure. So this other study published in 2024 on the American Journal of Lifestyle Medicine says that nutritional supplements it's a critical analysis review. It's a meta-analysis. And it talks about nutritional supplementations for healthy aging. Is it needed? Yes, they say it is needed. But not because you take a supplement and you stop your aging process. It's not like that. Well, if you take a supplement, you're filling the gaps in your nutrition. By doing that, you slow down your aging process. So eating properly is essential to age properly. And if you're not eating properly, supplements can help a lot. And I'm gonna tell you that we need supplements. I'm gonna talk about that very deeply. Here's another study about the Mediterranean diet and the telomere length. This is a systematic review and meta-analysis, 2020, Advances in Nutrition. This is a chromosome, actually dividing chromosome. And these are the endings, the extremities, the ends, how do you call it? The telomere. These are the telomeres. So caps are the telomeres. These are, actually, it's all DNA. You know, our chromosomes is made up of DNA, not only DNA actually, but let's focus on DNA. And these telomeres are not genes, do not contain, you know, our DNA contains genes producing substances. Each gene makes something happen in our body, of course. Each gene codifies for a substance, which is a protein generally, always. So this part of DNA here are not codifying for anything. They are apparently useless. But they're very useful because as years go by, cells divide, duplicate. These parts are affected, they shorten. Telomeres are, we see the shortening of telomeres. And it's important because they are not useful. There's no genes there, luckily. Otherwise we would cause damage to the genes, the part with the genes. I don't know if I'm clear enough. Yeah. Wow, you're so smart. Especially this side. What about this side? Okay. So it's important. So they are the shortening of telomeres actually is something that protects our cells from aging and prevents from aging. Of course, these are and it's also a parameter that is used to evaluate how fast you are aging. The shortening of telomeres is something you can evaluate to see how fast you are aging. And if you follow a proper diet, just like the Mediterranean diet, that impacts the telomere length, that slows down the shortening of the telomeres. So eating properly impacts the way you age, impacts your longevity. This is the last study I'm going to show you. It's interesting because they talk about epigenetics, dietary regulation of epigenetic aging, something weird, beyond clocks to gene-specific mechanisms. So the heading is, it was published this February 2026. And I like the topic. The area is the epigenetics is a branch of genetics investigating how nutrition can impact our genetic, the way our DNA works in this case. We were talking about genes and expressions of genes. Well, some substances can, for example, stop the expression. Expression means that if a gene codifies for a certain protein, when it works, it is expressed, actually, in the form of a protein. Some substances can stop the expression of some genes, can stop some genes from working, actually, not producing the substances that they codify for. And that's important. For example, polyphenols that are found in berries and green tea, etc. Well, these are known to stop some genes that codify for pro-inflammatory substances. So they can help control inflammation. So food can really impact the way our DNA works. Cannot change our DNA, food, of course, but can impact the way it works. So changing your habits in terms of nutrition, it's essential for your longevity. It's really essential. That's something we can do. We should do. And as we've seen, most of the substances that are useful for longevity are in the food that is found in the Mediterranean diet, which includes a lot of fruits and vegetables, whole grains, fish, low amount of meat, for example, seeds, nuts, and vegetable oils for seasoning instead of animal fat. That's the main difference. And are we eating the Mediterranean diet? Not talking just about the UK, we're not eating the Mediterranean diet in Europe, Italy included. Because we all think, oh, in Italy you eat much better. It's not what really happens. So here, there's an article that was published in 2017 on the Lancet, and they say that in order to, what is the amount of recommended amounts for fruits and vegetables? They say 610 grams. Actually, we know that we should be eating at least 400 grams, but up to 800 grams, much better. So 610. What are we eating in Europe? Half the amount. What about whole grains? 125 grams of whole grains are recommended every day. Everywhere in Europe, we are eating 1/5 to 1/6. What about omega-3 fatty acids? We are, in order to get beneficial effects from taking omega-3 fatty acids, we need an intake of 250 milligrams of omega-3s. We're getting 80. So we're not eating properly. And since we're not eating enough fruits and vegetables, whole grains, fish containing omega-3 fatty acids, we're not getting a lot of precious nutrients, and such as vitamins and minerals. Well, the more obvious ones. And you know that in 2024, it was estimated that more than 5 billion people in the world, of course, do not consume enough iodine, vitamin E, and calcium. More than 4 billion people in the world do not consume enough iron, riboflavin, folate, which are two of the big group vitamins, and vitamin C. So something is wrong in our nutrition. And there's a study in Europe that is now investigating micronutrient deficiencies. Actually, Dr. Diane Clayton, who's part of the SAB, Scientific Advisory Board, she's really connected with a lot of scientists following this study. And this study started in 2024. It's going to be over by 2028. And it's investigating the deficiencies of micronutrients, vitamins and minerals in Europe. And results are not really, the first numbers are not really promising. And I like the way it's called, zero hidden hunger. Because when you eat at lunch, then you're full, you feel full. So you're okay, you're not hungry, but your body might be hungry of micronutrients because you might be eating calories, but without precious nutrients within them. So it's, and we don't realize it because you don't realize it, you don't know. Well, once you understand, then it might be, it's never too late, but it might be a bit late, let's say. So we better change our diet, and we better understand the importance of supplementing our diet because we need it, definitely need it. That is why on these shelves I'm going to put some of our products, not only products. I'm going to talk, as I mentioned earlier, I'm going to talk about habits, good habits. So even if I'm not including the good habits on the shelf, keep them in your mind because they have to be part of a holistic approach. It's not about one habit to be changed or one product to be taken. That cannot change your life. Well, can help, of course, but you have to have a holistic approach. So let's start with first shelf. No stress, calm down. Wow, very easy, especially for you that just landed kind of in London, coming from outside. It's so nice, so peaceful. No traffic, very easy to find a parking area. Just like in Rome, basically. So calm, no stress. How can we make it? So let's give just some tips. So first tip is try to keep your daily routines consistent, like quality sleep. Try to go to bed at the same time. Do your physical exercise. Do maybe some meditation or whatever. You can choose whatever you want for your daily routines. It's important. If you keep them consistent, that can help you feel more relaxed because you have everything that's in kind of order. It's perfect. Then limit constant stimulation, constant stimulation and multitasking. We've seen probably last time I came that multitasking doesn't exist scientifically. But even if you have, but what exists is that we can switch from one task to another quickly or less quickly. And, but anyway, if you have too many tasks, even if you switch from one to the other one, well, you're under stress actually. You have to try to prioritize things, to realize that you can't do 100 things in one day. Do less things much better and feel relaxed. And then support your psychological function with proper nutrition, because psychological function is depression, anxiety, stress, mood. So we can do something with nutrition. So I've highlighted some of the text here because I'm gonna focus on some parts of these tips. Daily routines. I thought, is there a way Neolife can help with keeping your daily routines consistent, for you to feel relaxed? And I thought that we have a product line that really is perfect for this, and it's Nutrients Organic. Let me tell you why. We're talking about daily skincare routine. Well, especially women know this. Men, a little bit, well, we don't really take care of our skin. We actually should realize we have skin as well. So it's not only women having a skin. And we need to take care of our skin. By the way, daily skincare routine helps because, that's a moment of the day where you use your cleanser and toner, and then you use your moisturizing serums and creams and eye cream, eye gel. That's a moment where you kind of kick off. Well, stress is out of the door. It's not with you. Imagine you're in that room, longevity room, taking care of your skin. It's a moment for you. Even if it's just for 10 minutes, it's 10 minutes for you. That helps get rid of stress. Beginning of the day or at night before you go to bed. Of course, you can use whatever products you like. But if you're in your life, you have to use these ones. Even if you're not in your life. Actually, these are the best ones. And let me tell you why. Because since I'm going to talk about several products, I've just summarized the features of the products, the main features, the 3 main features in there. On the screen, you will see this green part of the screen summarizing, highlighting the most important Neolife differences. So why Neolife is different. In this case, our Nutrients Organic skincare line, they are certified organic. We were the first ones, probably we are the only ones now in our industry to have certified organic skincare products. And certified organic means a lot. Means that we respect the environment where we harvest, where we collect the seaweeds or We respect the water, the marine environment where we harvest everything. We respect our skin. So they're natural products, naturally sourced, good for our skin, the pH and everything. So it's something that, and we have the top level organic certification. Cosmos or Organic are the standards we follow, and EcoCert is the certifying body. It's top level. They are safe for your skin. They respect the nature of the environment and the nature of your skin. They are clinically tested and proven effective, which is important. Clinically means that we test them on humans, not on animals or on stones. Someone is trying to get in? No. Yes. So we have, and what I like, for example, all of them are, this is the cleanser, serums, and the toner, serums, creams. Then we have the eye gel. We have proven, oh, hi, welcome. Welcome to London, Samina.
Welcome to the rainy city.
To the rainy city, yes. So, as I say, for the rejuvenating rich cream, we have proven that it is effective in reducing wrinkles appearance. The same happens with the eye gel, Instalift eye gel, with the dark circles and crow's feet. And most of them, well, all of them actually, are powerful at hydrating, moisturizing our skin, which is one of the most important things, and nourishing our skin. Even the cleansers, one of these two cleansers, the cleanses milk, has been proven to increase moisture in your skin and keep in a significant way, and keep moisture for more than 4 hours. And it's a cleanser. It's not a moisturizing product. It's just a cleanser. Can you imagine the serums and the creams? What they do? They really do. So it's all proven. They're effective, and they're also vegan. So this is the best way to start building your routine, daily routine. Then let's move to nutrition. So your daily nutrition to support psychological function, anxiety, stress, and mood, depression. First thing I want to share with you is this study. It's very interesting. Basically, it says that those people eating more fruits and vegetables are happier, live happier lives. It's proven. So eat more fruits and vegetables. Try to eat more fruits and vegetables. Might be difficult. Help yourself with supplementation. And focusing on the vitamins and minerals that are involved in the psychological function, in keeping maintaining normal psychological function. Here's a list. And you see the first ones are most of them are B group vitamins till here. Then we have vitamin C and magnesium. So you can eat a varied diet, of course, because you need a varied, a wide spectrum of micronutrients, and take a multivitamin, multi-mineral supplement. I'm going to talk about one of ours later. But let's focus a little bit on magnesium. I like magnesium because I know that a lot of people that take their magnesium tablet in the evening before going to bed, because it helps with relaxation and it helps with avoiding the cramps during the night. There's a lot of magnesium products on the market. Ours is this one. I like this image. It shows the New Life difference, basically, which I'm going to put on the side of the screen. We have in our product, our product is different than all other magnesium products. First of all, most of our products are called complex, just like this, magnesium complex or plus. Complex or plus, in most of the products that we have, the names include the word complex or plus, because it's a holistic approach. Each product has a holistic approach to a specific potential inadequacy. We have three forms of a trimag blend, which means we have three different forms of magnesium. Bisglycinate, which is the chelated one, organic one citrate, inorganic one hydroxide, magnesium hydroxide. Three different forms. Why not just one? Because we want to address any potential inadequacy or deficiency from different perspectives. It's true that we are the same human bodies, but we are different at the same time. So it's better to have a wide array of different forms of a specific mineral, in this case, or substance. We didn't stop here. We wanted to add a phyto-mud blend with beetroot, kale, broccoli, and radish. Why? Because we add this way additional amounts of magnesium plus phytonutrients that are naturally found, precious phytonutrients, naturally found in these botanical extracts. So this is not just a magnesium product. You would never find a product like this with this holistic approach, and it's also vegan. So it is different. Neolife is different even in this product. And we're gonna, I'm gonna see a lot of our other products. So first shelf is done. Keep in mind that you need to remember the good habits as well, not just products. Mental clarity. I want to turn 100 years old in my mind. I have my mind like the mind I have right now, or maybe 10 years ago. Much better, but probably. I don't know. Let me choose. I have time to choose. So mental clarity is important. So what can we do to keep our mind working properly? So quality sleep. Again, sleep is really essential. Well, if you don't sleep properly, you wake up and your mind is not working well. Exercise is also important for your mental clarity. Train focus, not distraction. Again, we go back to this. Just a question. No, I got distracted actually. That's what happens. Let me send a text to Gilles. You take the phone. I have how many notifications from Instagram and whatever, and WhatsApp. And then you start reading them. You end up with scrolling your Instagram feed, and then you put your phone in the pocket, and Gilles is still waiting for your message, my message actually. Okay, I'm sorry for that. But this happened in the past to each and every one of you, I'm sure, and still today. So train focus, try to train focus, and this is not a good tool to train focus. Liberio coming to town maybe can help. So you're focused on what I'm saying. Yeah.
Ciao bella.
It's a good thing. Ciao bella. Ciao, it's typical Italian. Pizza, mafia, what else?
Ragazzi. No tea.
Pizza, mafia, whatever, mandolino. That's what mandolino. Pasta, pizza, pasta. So it's about food criminality, Italy, basically. What a good image your foreigners have.
You have a Vespa and a Fiat as well.
So train focus, not distraction, support the cognitive function with proper nutrition and hydration. We're going to focus on these two stuff. Cognitive function is focus, attention, problem solving, language. So it's all about that. Memory, which is important. So, hydration. If we are slightly dehydrated, our brain doesn't work properly. Our cognitive function is impaired. We struggle focusing on things. So the only solution you have is drink water, not gin tonic. Well, every once in a while, but that doesn't help hydrate your body. That alcohol dehydrates your body, even if you're drinking liquids. So it's important to drink water. But I know a lot of people, well, most of us actually, do not drink. Well, I do drink a lot of water, but sometimes we forget to drink. And as we get older, we don't feel the need of drinking. We're not thirsty anymore. But our body needs to drink water, needs water. So in order to drink water, in order to remember that we have to drink water, you can mix something in the water. And in this case, my recommendation would be use our Tre, which is it's a polyphenols supplement. You see here berries and grapes and green tea and pomegranate, acai berry, delivering a wide array of polyphenols. Well, this is good because if you pour a small glass of Tre in water, then you have to remember that you have to drink it throughout the day. But that helps a lot because polyphenols are very good. They are substances that can cross the blood-brain barrier, so they get to your brain. They make your brain work properly, so they're essential. So it's a good combination, having Tre in water, or even alone anyway, but just to remind you about drinking water. And it's a wide array of polyphenols we concentrate. It's not a fruit juice. Because sometimes when I see people presenting we have pomegranate, grapes, and blueberry. Okay, I can make it myself at home. I buy blueberries and pomegranate and green tea. I mix them, and I have my personal Tre. The thing is that this is not a juice, a fruit juice. This is a real supplement because it delivers a wide array of, these polyphenols are standardized. Here's the difference, the three main differences. We have standardized polyphenols, so we know how many, we have punicalagins, which is a type of polyphenols in a pomegranate. We know exactly, if you eat a pomegranate, of course you're getting some punicalagins, but you don't know how much punicalagin you have. Well, in this case, you exactly know that each shot of Tre provides that amount that is reported on the label. You know exactly how many polyphenols you get from these fruits, including resveratrol, which is standardized, and it's also sweetened with another feature. It's sweetened with agave syrup. So this is actually one of the best products that we have. Sometimes we don't think about this product because it's drinkable. It looks like a fruit juice, but it's not a fruit juice. It's a fruit juice with standardized amounts of substances. It's not easy to create a product like this. And still talking about nutrition for your brain, cognitive function and brain function, there's a lot of nutrients that we need. So again, we go back to the Mediterranean diet. That's the best diet. Everybody knows that. If we want to focus on specific nutrients for the cognitive function, for focus, attention, then we have the pantothenic acid, which is a big vitamin, 3 minerals, iodine, iron, and zinc, DHA, which is one of the omega-3 fatty acids, important for our brain. But since brain is part of our nervous system, then is there any nutrient supporting our nervous system function? Of course. So we need everything, basically. That's why the Mediterranean diet is the right diet to follow. Of course, if you want to increase the amount of these vitamins and minerals, multivitamin, multimineral, we have in Neolife. Some of them, I'm going to talk about one. Let's focus a little bit on DHA, omega-3, because there's a lot, we have a lot of magnesium supplements on the market, but we also have a lot of omega-3 supplements, a lot. Really, it's very difficult to understand which one to buy and use, which one to use. So, ours is called omega-3 plus. Okay, 5 different fishes delivering rich in omega-3 fatty acids. And these are the 3 main features. We have 8 omega-3 fatty acids, not only 1, like DHA. DHA is good for your brain, okay. But it's a pity not to get some EPA, which is good for our heart. Why not? And if you eat fish, you're also getting EPA. You're also getting DPA and other omega-3 fatty acids. So we follow nature's blueprint for human nutrition in our products, with our products, providing 8 omega-3 fatty acids that are naturally found in these fishes. So it's normal. And we can do so thanks to our proprietary process called molecular differentiation, just to extract just to have oils with standardized amounts of 8 different omega-3 fatty acids. So you are sure that anytime you take a capsule of omega-3, you know how much EPA you have always, DHA and all the other ones. And we pay attention to the environment, of course, and we have certified sustainable fish oils. We have 2 different certifications for these oils in the fish. So this is a real different product than the other ones you might find on the market. That you find, because there's a lot of them, of course, on the market. And I want to mention this product as well, talking about cognitive function, focus, attention. Why? Well, this is it's called Neolife tea, but it's not just tea. It's 3 different teas plus 3 different herbal extracts. And we gave it to the students of the Auburn University in 2014 before we launched the product. During the period of their exams, 91% felt increased energy and, talking about focus, 78% felt increased focus and ability to study. So this is, well, you don't have to go back to university to feel it, to experience it. But this, well, it's needed. And we're talking about longevity. We're talking about the longevity room. Of course, you have to have a tea in your room, in that longevity room. So it's very important to have this tea. There we go. Before Trey drops out of the class, let's go to the regeneration. Wow, what are we talking about? Regenerate your body. You know, our skin every month changes completely, the epidermis. Totally new cells, totally different cells, new ones. So we need to provide our body with a lot of things. What do we need for regeneration? Oh, quality sleep, never said that. Never mentioned quality sleep today. And a good balance between activity and recovery, of course. If I train, I need to give my body some rest to recover and regenerate. Otherwise, overtraining is not good at all. Ensure adequate protein intake and healthy fats. Why? Because protein and fats are also building blocks of your cells and body. So we need protein, but we need also healthy fats. You know, our cell membranes are made up of fats mostly, so we need good fats in those membranes. And then we need to support normal cellular function through a general, let's say, balanced nutrition. Again, Mediterranean diet. Again, this is the first time I'm mentioning Mediterranean diet today. So if you leave this room today, in your mind you have quality sleep and Mediterranean diet, mission accomplished, my case. Then, if someone is not using, I guess all of you are using already the Neolife supplements, but if someone is not using the Neolife supplements, it's fine if they don't now. They'll come back because they'll understand that ours are the best. But first they need to understand that Mediterranean diet and quality sleep are essential. Otherwise they don't get the message, they don't get how much important supplements are. Of course, we've seen we're not following the Mediterranean diet. We're not eating the Mediterranean diet, and Pro Vitality Plus is the perfect answer to that. So it's not a replacement, of course, of your diet, but it provides the nutrients from the foods that we are recommended to eat the most. It's a message, this product, with 4 different elements. Just to have you know this product very well. So just an overview of what's inside, very quickly. You see, there's a lot. You see, there's omega-3 salmon oil plus, so omega-3 fatty acids. We have nutrients from fruits and vegetables. We have nutrients from grains, whole grains, lipids and sterols, which are the ones that are missing the most, that we miss the most from the food that we eat. Even the whole grain derived products do not contain lipids and sterols, plus vitamins and minerals. So a wide array. Again, here you see a lot of fishes, biocompatible ingredients. Oh, sorry. Would you like to have a picture with me and the product? So we have fish, and you have a wide array. You see there. When you go to the fish market, I don't know, you don't buy 100 grams of DHA. You buy fish, and if you buy salmon, you're going to get all 8, not only 1. And we have them in the proportions that we find in food. So we have, of course, more EPA, more DHA, but we also have the other ones. The same happens here. You go to the fruit market, fruit seller, you're not buying beta carotene or lycopene just because you have prostate problems, maybe. Talking to a man, watching a man. Okay. Lycopene is very good for prostate. Where is it?
From the
Third one. And for vision as well, so I do need it. Mostly lutein and zeaxanthin are the ones involved in vision. So anyway, they're all needed. And when you eat, when you buy carrots, tomatoes, you're getting a wide array of carotenoids, not only one. The same happens with TRANN. And then we have 22 vitamins and minerals and a lot more. So this is a comprehensive product. This is the message of what good nutrition is. It's not replacing a good diet, but it's the best solution to start with if you have never used supplements. And then, of course, we need building blocks, protein. Actually, when we talk about building blocks, we refer to the amino acids that are part of the protein structure. But anyway, protein are important for muscles, bones, so they're essentials. They're essential. They are important for several other reasons. We can eat them in a wide array of foods, from vegetable sources, but fish and meat and seeds and eggs and cheese. They are good sources of protein. You know, we have a product that can help provide additional protein. It was born as a meal replacement. So it's not only protein. It's protein, but it's also carbohydrates a little bit. It's also fats, small amount of good fats, but also fiber, which are essential in our diet, vitamins, minerals, and it's based on the glycemic response control technology, controlling how quickly glucose enters your blood. So if it goes too high, if you eat refined grains, basically, a refined diet, it goes up. If it goes too high, the natural consequence is that it drops down very low. And if it's very low, then you feel no energy, you feel hungry, you eat again, and you have this glycemic roller coaster happening in your body, which is not good, because you cannot live, well, longevity, we're talking about longevity. If you want to live for longer, you want to have steady energy all the time. You don't want to live like, I'm full of energy and then I'm depressed, I'm tired. It's important not to have this. And this product can help. And of course, in this period, some people are also using this product to help lose weight. So high quality protein, but fiber, vitamins, minerals, and it's based on this technology, which is a proprietary technology proven and published. Glycemic response control technology. There we go. Okay, last. How long ago? Oh. Okay. That's fine. Now, usually this person, it's weird because when I start talking, then I think, well, this presentation was built to have a translation. So half an hour plus half an hour translation. When I go to Italy or when I come here and I have no translation, it lasts 1 hour. It's incredible. I don't know. It's my biological clock. It's like,
Murphy's Law.
But you can talk Italian if you want, it's no problem.
I can talk. I can. You can understand. Yeah, you can definitely.
I'll translate into Afrikaans.
That would be great. Energy. What do we need for energy? Oh, guess what? Quality sleep. Oh, balanced routine for recovery. Choose balanced meals. Avoiding blood sugar fluctuations. To have steady energy, you have to avoid the glycemic roller coaster. And then support normal energy metabolism with proper nutrition. Proper nutrition means, well, I've been talking so far about that until now. That's everything I spoke about is about energy anyway. So all nutrients are needed. Again, Mediterranean diet. But I want to mention this product, which you can taste there. It's a newborn. Well, actually, it's almost 1 year. But it looks very young anyway. Elevate, because it's different. Because all nutrients, vitamins, minerals are important, phytonutrients are important for energy. But in this case, we don't just have vitamins, but we also have other nutrients that can help with energy. So a wide array. If I have to summarize what this product is for, is these 3 topics. Energy, yielding metabolism. So we need it for energy. It contains nutrients for energy. It contains nutrients to reduce tiredness and fatigue. It contains nutrients to support our mood, to fight against stress, to feel not anxious, no depression. So this is something everybody would love to have in their longevity room, for sure. So talking about energy, just a quick mention, coenzyme Q10, you've probably heard about that. It's part of the first steps for the production of energy. In our cells, there's a lot of products delivering CoQ10, we have ours there. But I'm not gonna talk about that, otherwise it's 1 hour and a half. So now we have our longevity cabinet ready for us. If you notice, there's an additional product, which I haven't mentioned. Acidophilus Plus. Why? Well, I could put it here or here or here or wherever. It needs to be in my longevity cabinet for one reason. Well, just for several reasons, but just one. One is enough. Well, all nutrients that I've mentioned work in our body via our gut microbiota. So having a balanced gut microbiota is essential to have all nutrients working properly in our body and help for our longevity. So Acidophilus Plus providing good bacteria is essential, is important. It needs to be definitely there. But since I don't want to leave you with this image of this cabinet, it's much better to see the products in the longevity room, isn't it? Well, it is more relaxing. I feel relaxed, actually. And you should, because the presentation is almost over. So you see, and let me tell you one thing. This is my longevity room. Well, even if I don't have room for this room in my flat, I have a terrace, by the way. I don't have the products on the terrace right away, but I have them in my flat, inside, indoor, ready to use. But by the way, this is my longevity set, my longevity room, because nutrition should be personalized. So based on what you eat, on what your habits are, you can change some of the products, you can add other products, but you can build your own longevity room based on what you really need, based on your real lifestyle. So it's your turn. What will you place in your longevity room? It's a question that you're going to answer yourself. This helps support your health span tomorrow. You have to start today. So if you start with the Mediterranean diet and good sleep, quality sleep is fine. If you start deciding using the right products, building your longevity room, having that in your mind, that will help live healthier for longer. So I definitely will put, I have already put actually, the Neolife products in my longevity room, because these are the best products on the market. They work, and you can, especially the new ones here joining, can talk to the person that have been using the products for years. They feel difference, because they know that the product work. In order to prove it, you need to try it, of course, to start using the products. Otherwise, it's just word talking. So, Neolife, I wish you all the best. I wish to meet you all again, young as you are today. Not good at lying, but no, I'm not kidding. So, shining, and thank you very much for your attention again. And I don't know, I think Gilles is coming back to close.
Ladies and gentlemen, Roberto Roberto! Thank you. This was amazing. Longevity. Who wants to live longer? Who wants to live longer and healthier?
Yeah.
I'm just going to finish off the evening by just adding one element which is not in Roberto's longevity room. But we know Italians are very good at it. Studies have shown, I don't know if you are familiar with the concept of blue zones. I know that we've been discussing the blue zones recently. The blue zones are 5 regions around the world that have been identified by the World Health Organization of the United Nations as being the places on Earth where people live the longest but also the healthiest. And all those 5 areas are widespread around the world. One is in Sardinia, right in the middle of the island of Sardinia. Another one is in Greece. One is in Japan. One is in Costa Rica. And one is in California. And what they found was, alongside very similar types of nutrition, coming from a very typical Mediterranean-style diet, although you might be surprised for me to talk about nutritional Mediterranean-style diet in Japan, but actually when you look at Japan, they eat a lot of fish, a lot of fruits, a lot of vegetables, and a lot of rice. In Costa Rica, they eat a lot of fish, a lot of vegetables, a lot of fruits, and a lot of grains. What they found was the commonality between those 5 areas around the world was not only they had great nutrition, but there was one additional element that adds massively to longevity. And scientists don't really understand why, but they know it's absolutely important, even at cellular level. And that element, ladies and gentlemen, believe it or not, is social interaction. In those areas of the world, people live together. They were born and they are socially interacting very early on in their life. They live together, they play together, they work together, they pray together, they do everything together. They are very active socially. And alongside with Neolife being able to provide you with a great amount of nutritional supplementation, which will allow you to actually replicate the Mediterranean diet and have all the benefits of having a Mediterranean diet, even if you don't eat a Mediterranean as such. Neolife also has the opportunity to provide you with that social interaction that these 5 blue zones areas benefit from, because Neolife is a giant family. It's a community. It's a community of people with the same level of interest. It's a community of people who interact with each other, who learn from each other, who work with each other, and who spread an amazing message around the world. The only thing is, it seems like the UK has been forgotten a little bit along the way. And for some reason, although Neolife has been going on for 67 plus years, it's been in Europe in some regions for almost 50 years. The level of brand penetration of Neolife, dependent on the countries, has varied massively. So we have some Lithuanian people in the room tonight. But in Lithuania, the brand penetration is absolutely humongous. You have 2.7 million people living in Lithuania. We have 76 million people living in the UK and Ireland. They do 10 times the turnover than we do, which is completely crazy. Which means we could be multiplying by 300 what we currently do in the UK just to have the same brand penetration that they have in Lithuania. So, I want to make the most of the fact that you guys are here tonight to not only thank Roberto massively for that masterclass on longevity and on basically teaching you essential elements about nutrition. So I just want you guys to give him another round of applause. It's no order for Italy for that, okay? So thank you so much. I also want you to realize that with Neolife, you have the opportunity to go and touch millions of people just in the UK and Ireland alone. And then there's the rest of the world after that. And that we all need to make sure that Neolife doesn't remain the best kept secret when it comes to nutrition in the UK. We want to put it on top of the nutritional mountain. We want to make sure that everybody talks about Neolife when it comes to nutrition. So I am counting on you guys to leave tonight with all the information that you got this evening and to go and spread the word as far as wide as possible in the UK and Ireland. We need to build this company to a higher level of brand penetration. And this actually also means that there is a huge opportunity for you to develop something very, very special. You know, we are in a position here where we have a blank canvas ahead of us. And all we can do is to go and build and design the businesses that we believe Neolife should be. And those of you in the room who are going to grab this opportunity with both hands, who's going to take ownership of this opportunity, could be in a completely different position this time next year. So, go forth and multiply. That's what we say. Well, you know, that's exactly what we're here for. I want to thank you all for coming this evening. I look forward to seeing you all again in the near future. We have an event in Birmingham on Friday night this week. So if you happen to know some people in Birmingham, guess what? Yeah, we can spread the word. We can start getting people to a meeting in Birmingham. Please reach out to me or reach out to anyone. We're going to be spreading the information, but obviously we have an event in Birmingham on Friday night. We have an event near Manchester on Saturday lunchtime, where we're going to be promoting Neolife and we're going to be promoting nutrition and healthy nutrition. So if you have some people in the Liverpool, Warrington, Manchester, St. Helens, all this sort of area, we have found a hotel which is very convenient to get to. Please invite. We have an event in Wales next weekend, in Port Talbot, if you happen to have some people in Wales and they like Filipino food, get them involved. We are going to be taking part into a big Filipino festival because it's absolutely amazing down there. And just start thinking, who else in the UK needs to hear what Roberto has been sharing this evening? And go forth and multiply. Thank you for coming this evening.
Thank you.